Kind of talk about, I guess, going into Ole Miss. Kind of feel like you guys are as a special team unit right now.
We're not as good as I want us to be. I wish that, obviously, I want us to be the best in the country, always, in everything that we do, and we're not there. We're doing some things really well, but not well enough to get us over the hump in wins and losses. Or we got the losses, but the win column, obviously.
We talked about how important it would be to make some big special teams plays if the offense struggling.
It's very important. I mean, look at the Mississippi State game. Like I said last time I think I spoke to you guys, we were about that far away from breaking one against LSU. I mean, literally, if my off returner runs right through the safety like he was taught, we'd be having a different conversation. We'd have scored against them, and that's how close we were. I mean, unfortunately for us, we got to block everything perfect for us. I'm still waiting for that year when I have the guy that I can throw back there and we can miss a bunch of blocks and he still make something happen. And that's not the case. That hasn't been the case since we've been here. But we've been very, very good at kickoff return. I kept telling the guys on Saturday, even when we were playing Arkansas, I mean, we're just one play away, guys, one big play. And ironically, I said that, and then almost the very next series offensively after we punted, we got the muff punt. And then the next time we got the punt return that crosses the 50-yard line. I tell those guys, anytime a return crosses the 50-yard line, that's a big play for us on teams. That sets the offense up on a very short field and gives us an opportunity to score some points. But we just got to keep grinding and making plays like that. I mean, until we get up the hump, we got to get over that hump. We got to fight our way off the mat and keep going until something happens.
What did you say out of Trevon back there at the return point?
Really what I thought that he was or is. He's got some ability, obviously, and he made one really nice run, and then the other one where I think he kind of dipped back and it looked pretty because the other guys kept playing and the freshman made a big hit, Hosey, and those are all good plays. But what I look at is, hey, we drifted inside the 10-yard line to field that ball. We had plenty of room, so it's okay. But let's not make that mistake. When we don't have plenty of room and get caught up in there and have something bad happen. So I mean, there's all kind of little things like that I'm finding myself trying to plug a hole in. Making sure that we understand what championship caliber ball is here at Auburn. We've played it for a couple of years now, and I don't expect us to drop a kickoff return. I went crazy after that happened, and I don't expect those things to happen. I expect us to play at a high level and a high level execution, and our guys know it. So that's not the Auburn way, and it never will be as long as I'm here.
Cody finally missed a kick. Was that on him, on the snap? What was the issue there?
Well, I mean, you're going to miss some kicks eventually. I wish I could say he's going to be perfect. He struck the ball pretty decent. In college football, and I tell guys this, and I'm trying to educate everyone. When you get outside of 40 yards, whereas 80% of your kicks that you do in college or anywhere, even the NFL, are going to be inside of 40 yards. And if a kicker is somewhere in the 85 to 90 percentile on those kicks, then he's doing pretty good, okay? Because that's what you really expect. And then anytime you get outside of 40 yards, particularly on the hash, because college kicks, the hash marks are so much wider, so it's harder to make those kicks in college than it is in the NFL. The NFL, you're tighter, you're closer. Well, I knew before Cody went out there, when I saw that sack that we took, which moves it from the 23 to the 32, that's a 49-yard field goal, and it was on the hash. Cody's 58% from that hash. So I was hoping that that was one of the 58% that he might knock through on Saturday, but it wasn't, and I thought he did fine. That's not an easy kick to make, a 49-yard on the right hash. You put us in the middle, and our percentages go up to somewhere around the 60, 65 percentile range, and that's a little bit more doable. So, is it anybody's fault? No. I mean, it's just the ebb and flow of the game and field goal kickers, and I hate it for him that he missed one. He didn't want to miss one, obviously, but But you know, those type of kicks are going to happen. You know, when you're that far out.
Terry had the kickoff that obviously he didn't catch. He just went right over the end zone line. The very next play, chance he just let it go, watch it fall in the end zone. Would you prefer to see your returner just let it go in that situation, or is catching it so that
well, you know, sometimes those guys kind of lose sight of where they are, you know, back there. And you know, there's times when if the ball is low enough, we're gonna return it regardless. If it's 3-4 yards deep in the end zone, if the trajectory of the ball is not, you know, it's not like Cody's balls. You know, I'm not telling him to do one or the other necessarily. Obviously, if he's going to try to field it, I want him to field it, and if he's going to let it go, let it go. You know, so whichever one it is, let's just do it and execute it like a championship football team.
Did Quambre win the return punting job back this week?
You know what? I haven't made the decision yet. You know, I'm still looking at some things and trying to see what I'm going to do there. I know I did make the decision as, you know, to put him back there and kickoff return. You know, because he does a really good job as an off returner back there for us, and he's physical, and you know, he does a lot of nice things back there. So I did put him back out there at that, but I don't know if I'm going to put him back there as a punt returner this week or not. I haven't made the decision.
Quan will go back in where Trey was.
Well, actually, it's going to be a little bit different shakeup. It's going to be Trey and Quan back there this week, so we're going to shake it up a little bit.
And who else are you looking at as a punt returner?
Well, it's those besides Trevon and Quan. Well, you know, we got Ricardo. We're training him right now. But in terms of, you know, obviously going in the game, you know, it's going to be one of the two guys that we've played with in the last 2 years, and those will be the only kids that you know that we play with unless we're forced to do something else.
Just talking about the group of tight ends, how do you feel like those guys have progressed?
You know what? I feel like those guys have progressed really well. You know, they play hard. We got a great leader in our room in Philip Lutzenkirk, and Jay Prosh is stepping up now that he's been here for a little while and being a leader for us as well. I have a phenomenal room. That room with those guys, they're blue collar guys. They're hard workers. You know, they allow me to coach them hard. You know, I still love them up, but they allow me to coach them hard, and they got great chemistry and great camaraderie between them. So I'm very pleased with that room. You know, I wish we'd do better like always, but I like the work ethic that's in the room.
Anything else?
Coach Chisholm talked about Jay maybe getting more involved, and you see that kind of excitement because he looks like he's a guy that wants to play, you know, 100% of the time.
I do, he is, and he's always a big part of what we're doing. You know, the last week or so, just the play calling for us, it just hasn't gone his way, unfortunately. But you know, he's always heavy in the game plan. We always got some things for him that he can do. You know, we'll see if we dial him up this weekend or not. But he's one of our better players, and you know, when he's out there, he tries to make things happen for us. So I look forward to hopefully getting him out there a little bit more.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Jason. What about Jay Klein?
Who was the